Last night was one of fashion's biggest annual events, the Met Gala, and the evening celebrated the museum's spring costume exhibition, Superfine, Tailoring Black Style, and raised a record-breaking $31 million. The dress code was tailored for you, and I have to thank designer Tom Brown. He tailored for me last night, and it was amazing. And I also want to thank Anna Wintour for making it the perfect evening, because she really honored my friend Andre Leon Talley, who's no longer with us.
Yeah.
And that was Miss Winter. Yeah. Yeah.
I know you don't like to be fawned over, Whoopi.
Well, let me tell you one more thing. People
Yes.
came up and were petting me.
Yes.
Because they thought that was fur. That's beading.
Oh.
That's all
Yes.
sequence.
Oh, yeah.
Sequence, yeah.
But so this is the fawning process. I'm so sorry. I harassed Whoopi last night. When I saw her on the red carpet, I sent her about 10 text messages. That overcoat was embroidered with 350,000 matte sequins, a process that took 7,700 hours to create.
Oh, my
And
God.
Whoopi was fly.
Wow.
Oh, it was good. It was good.
The shoes were beautiful, too.
The shoes were beautiful. I tell you, it was, and the jewelry. So the
gold, the
my
nails.
gold fingers, because I didn't get anything done. And I'm telling you, it's a pair of sisters, twin sisters, that do all of this jewelry, everything I've got, spectacular.
Wow.
Winning.
Spectacular.
Was it fun?
It was fun because everyone committed to it in a way they hadn't before.
Yeah.
Because we all know Andre Leon Talley as the first dandy.
Yeah.
You know, and always magnificently put together. And to have Anna do this and make this the thing we were talking about in this time, this was the right time for this.
Yeah.
That's why they did it so well. But what stood out for you? There were a lot of people there. What stood out for you, baby?
So I love watching it from my sweatpants and just being like, yes, this look, no, that look. But I have to say, this felt like the most fun Met Gala in years. People embraced the theme. They went all out. And I love women's suiting, so I was so excited to see people really lean into the theme. I literally Googled Whoopi Goldberg, what she's wearing first, and then second, Zendaya, because she always nails it.
She was
this
amazing.
white, gorgeous Louis Vuitton look that she had. And then also her Euphoria co-star, Hunter Schafer, who's become just a fashion icon in her own right, looked absolutely amazing in this Prada look. And then, but I loved that some women did gowns, but still leaning into the theme. So Jenna Ortega here, I believe this is Balmain, but it's all made of rulers, apparently.
Yeah.
So it could not have been comfortable, but she looks perfect.
Yeah.
And then our beloved Janelle Monáe, who's the same as your designer, Tom Brown.
Yeah.
She's so cool, and she even had this overcoat, this moment.
Yeah.
It just looked awesome. I was living vicariously through you all.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay.
Sonny?
Well, I was overwhelmed. I love fashion. I was overwhelmed.
I know.
I was overwhelmed by what you wore, Whoopi. I was also overwhelmed by the theme because it took its cue from a book, 2009 book called Slaves to Fashion, Black Dandyism and the Styling of Black Diasporic Identity. And it's because stylish attire during the time when Black folks were enslaved became a form of cultural defiance and resistance. To look good was an act of resistance. And so that was very just important to me. I loved Jodie Turner-Smith wearing Burberry. She's on the left. She looked absolutely incredible. And on the red carpet, she said, "Blackness is excellence." So I loved that. I want to give a special shout out to the men that were dressed. This is Lakeith Stanfield. I mean, just look at that. He's in Ferragamo. And then finally, my dear friend, Sergio Hudson, the designer. He's on the right. He designed for himself. He also designed for John Ema, who he's with. And I also want to mention that the WNBA champions, Jonquil Jones, Sabrina Ionescu, Brianna Stewart, works with Sergio Hudson to create all of their clothing. And so kudos to a Black designer who is really, really on the forefront of design.
Okay, so I thought Diana Ross, she hasn't been there for 22 years.
Yeah.
And she had this long train, this 18-foot train.
Wow.
But interestingly, she has stitched the names of all of her children and her grandchildren.
Yeah.
I can't wait for the Octomom next year. And then I also would like to point out Kim Kardashian's look, which I will be wearing to Costco next year. That's it.
Yeah. Well, I feel like I had some of the same. Zendaya, to me, when I saw her, it just was one of those. This is in addition to my whoop, who I saw. But
no worries.
when I saw Zendaya, I was like, oh my gosh! Like I had like a visceral stop in my tracks to watch this. But I really want to echo what Sunny said about the WNBA. Sergio Hudson is phenomenal. He's great to our show. He's so fantastically talented. But to know he took people we see sweaty and in jerseys and brought them to the epitome of fashion and beauty. I just I got chills because I'm such a Liberty fan, and to see them all like this is just wow.
Yeah, he did that.
Yeah.
I loved everyone. There's, I saw so many people, and when I meet up with people that I want to say hello, and then I can't remember their name until they've walked away from me. So it was really something. And for me, and if you get an opportunity to get over to the Met and look at the installation, it is stunning. There's a picture of Josephine Baker in a top hat, black and white, and a tuxedo. They have it. They have the tuxedo and the you have to go over and see what is over there in there. It's magnificent. And I also want to thank Andrew Bolton, Tom's husband, who does this with Anna, because Andrew he understood when he and Anna were talking about it. He understood absolutely everything and wanted more information about dandyism. I mean, it was a magnificent night. It really was, and so yay.